By 4 p.m., the vocal coaches are also adding to the anxiety, as they ask for nothing less than perfection, especially the vocal coach from hell.
Vegas week, we've got to talk about Peggy Blue. How did you feel about attempting to bury your duet partner alive on that stage?
Bury her on stage. Tap right dance on her tongue.
Melinda and I were best friends during that week, and I was just so happy that I actually got to go through all the stress with her because she was very comforting. I mean, I was 15 still, and she was 17, so we held it all in pretty well.
You're gonna die on the stage in front of all those people.
It was funny because right after we left the room, when Peggy was finished with us, we left the room and we were just laughing, just trying to let it all out. But we spent the whole night trying to get the song down and just trying to figure out a way to actually impress Peggy.
I think you don't know what you're doing. Make me a liar. Show me that you know.
Our goal was to actually prove Peggy wrong, and I think that was kind of Peggy's goal. I would have to say that she was one of the best vocal coaches that I've ever worked with, ever. During off-camera moments, she would hug us. She would give us very inspirational talks.
It wasn't just all.
No, it wasn't all vocal coach from hell. I was actually upset when they did that because I was like, oh no, she actually isn't the vocal coach.
She's not from hell. Yeah. So let's talk about your live performances. I thought Out Here on My Own was kind of a genius move. You started a cappella. Were you worried though about stripping it down like that?
Sometimes I wonder where I've been.
When I first auditioned, from that round to learning Out Here on My Own and getting the arrangement down, I loved starting out my songs big. So when I first sang in front of, Nigel and Ken, the producers and the vocal coaches, it was not a cappella, it wasn't subtle or as mellow as I did on stage. So it was like, sometimes I wonder where I've been.
Right.
But they told me, maybe you should try this. We started out a cappella. At first I was kind of worried about the timing and the pitch, so I was just working at it 24/7 as much as I could. Every chance that I got to rehearse the song, I did in my head, I did quietly in the corner. It was a special moment for me on the show.
Speaking of arrangements, on Smile, a lot of the critique from the judges seems to be based on the arrangement, which was it sort of started here and then it went zhoop.
I love the beginning more than the end for me. The jazzy bit I didn't know if I loved so much, that arrangement.
When you were in rehearsal, when you were working with the producers, did you ever feel like, I don't know about this?
Well, at first I was, in my head I was like, that is a pretty interesting arrangement, and because it's from really soft and mellow and slow to bam, the chorus and, the higher notes. After listening to it a couple times, I felt the vibe more, and I got into it. So during the performance, I wasn't as worried about the arrangement as I was the first time listening to it. But thinking about it, I do agree with the judges. Jimmy actually came in and wanted me to make it more suited for my age. Something more, ethereal and very, just very mellow for a 16-year-old, and not like, jazzy and very mature, which is what I did on stage.
Are there any theme weeks you'd love to see? You're kind of the target audience, you're 16.
Well, I know she's very current, and Lady Gaga would have been so cool, and Adele, but I think Naima would have mentioned this in her previous, she mentioned reggae in her previous interviews, so I actually love reggae, which is kind of surprising to other people because I've been doing the opposite of that the last couple of weeks, but I do love reggae because I actually grew up listening to reggae with my big brother.
For people who have not been converted to becoming your fan yet, if you had to say to them, go and listen to one of my iTunes tracks, which one would it be?
I would say Heat Wave because I had the most fun recording that song. Basically because it's so different from the other tracks that I have on iTunes, and it's very upbeat and it really gets you into the music.
Last question for you. Any regrets auditioning at 15? I guess you can look at it two ways. You can be like, I made it into the top 10, I'm on tour, this is awesome. Or you could say, maybe I could have waited a few more years and gone further.
A few years is just too long for me. I mean, I can't wait. So if it's something that I want to do, then I just do it. I don't wait until I feel prepared, because if it's something that you want to do, you already feel prepared, and so you just go for it. I was supposed to audition next year until I heard that they were allowing 15-year-olds to audition, so I got excited and I was like, I want to do this. I'm ready for this. I've been watching the show since season 1, which most people don't believe because I was only like 5 or 6 then. I remember the very first finale that they did on the show.
With the confetti shower.
With confetti and Kelly Clarkson singing A Moment Like This. That was when I realized how much I wanted to be here.
When you heard 15, you were like, I'm getting on Travelocity and making this happen.
Yeah.